4 different models of Grand Cherokee, but this is the only new one. And that is because it has a diesel. Tell me about it, Nathan.
Most importantly, 420 pound-feet of torque, and it's all coming out of a tiny 3-liter diesel.
Dude, wait, is that more than the Hemi?
Yes, the Hemi puts out 390 pound-feet of torque, so this thing spanks it. And just as importantly, off-road, torque is king.
And it goes over 700 miles on a tank full.
That's right, the rear-wheel drive version gets 30 miles per gallon on the highway.
That's pretty impressive. Once again, Nathan, you're driving. I guess that's only fair. I've been doing a lot of the driving. I had the M6. So now it's your turn to drive the new diesel Grand Cherokee. And the torque is what, Nathan?
Addictive.
Really? Is it that good?
It's really good. There are a lot of Americans who really don't like diesels. For maybe they have bad memories of what was here in the 70s. Maybe they just simply don't like the sound of them, or the fact that they don't go to high RPM. This is a very different type of vehicle, because if you drive it, and if nobody ever told you it was a diesel, you'd probably think it was a V8.
I mean, listen, dude, all I hear is the air conditioner.
Yeah, I mean, it's road noise and everything else is about the same as the Hemi we recently drove.
Yeah, and if you listen to it from the outside, listen.
That doesn't sound like a diesel.
No, I mean, from the outside of my camera next to the exhaust, you can hear a little bit of that diesel chatter, but even there it's very muted.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a diesel. You know, it's funny, one of the Jeep guys recently told us that one of the problems they have is people get really confused, so they actually pull up to the regular gas pump when they want to go fill this thing up, which reminds me that this thing can go over 700 miles on a tank of diesel.
Fuel economy is extremely important, so we went after that with 8 speeds on all of our products. A Pentastar engine giving us 25 miles per gallon. That's a 2 mile per gallon improvement over the exit car. The Hemi 5.7, we've got improvements in fuel economy there. And then our diesel, that's the biggest piece of the fuel economy puzzle here, getting a best-in-class claim with the diesel and the 8 speed at 30 miles per gallon.
On the highway. The other thing about it that's kind of interesting is that it uses urea, which is a way to make it legal in all 50 states. And the urea container is good for 10,000 miles, and Jeep will tell you that they'll do it at the dealership, so you don't have to worry about adding urea into the little reservoir. Now, unless I'm mistaken, you have 5 models with 4 different engine choices with a lot of different trim levels. Is that on purpose? Is that because the customer wants all those different choices, or is that just something that you've made because you keep improving and changing the vehicle?
A couple different aspects there. One, the bones are really great with this vehicle. It's a great off-road machine, but really found that it's a great on-road machine too. So that's where you see the SRT piece of it come in. So that 5th model with the SRT is really that extreme performance, and that kind of separates that piece out. And then what we really found when we launched the Grand Cherokee, the 11 model, is people really after the Overland model. They really love the premium aspect of the vehicle. They're trading in high-end European imports and coming into that model, and we just decided to give them more and more of that, and that's why we added the Summit model, which is providing some features never seen before in Jeep.
And only 2 options, right? The CD player, and what's the other one?
The rear entertainment system. Yep, everything outside of that, it's all loaded.
Hey Nathan, this Grand Cherokee has all the bells and whistles, which means it has kind of a selectable terrain management system, but there is something new for 2014, and that's the S right there.
Yeah, you know, all of the transmissions in all of the Grand Cherokees is this new 8-speed automatic transmission. It has a sport setting on this one, so you can drop it down into sport and use paddle shifters.
And perhaps the biggest story when you have an 8-speed is that you get better fuel economy. So they are touting the fact that now these are no longer as, well,
Thirsty?
yeah, thirsty as they once were.
Not only that, but they're supposed to be faster.
So at $50,000, which is what a Summit can go for,
Yes.
you're competing with cars like the Germans.
The rate of those buyers coming in, basically our conquest rate, is it's more than doubled since the previous generation.
Okay, I'm in sport mode. 0 to 60. Let's see what this diesel can do, baby. All right, ready? Here we go. 2,000 RPM. Yes, and this 8-speed automatic fires off the shifts. It's quick. 7.77. That's what I'm talking about, yo. Ha! I love it. This way, we're about to drive the SRT, which has got only about 60 more pound-feet of torque than this baby. Think about that.
Yeah, but you are paying a premium over $2,000 for this version of the car.
That's true, but then again, you get to drive very long distances, you get really, really good mileage, and you get a ton of torque, which is great off-road, as we've proven.
Jeep is kind enough to put these little stickers in our car that tell us exactly, the cost of this. So guess how much this one is. It totals $56,999, so $57,000. So we are in the top of the line.
Diesel,
yeah, for $57,000. You know what's crazy? That we're so smitten by a diesel, but this is really the ideal vehicle for a diesel engine, right? It's big, it's heavy, and you want a lot of torque. You want the thing to, we're at, look at that, we're less than 2,000 RPM, like 1,700 RPM, just plodding along at, 60 miles an hour. This will run all day.
Absolutely. Look, a lot of you guys with the big 2,500 trucks and above, you understand the benefit of a diesel, right? Okay, well, the smaller vehicles, the ones that are, say, around a little over 2 tons, those vehicles, all over the world, diesels are awesome. You get tons of torque, you get great mileage. We're just learning that here now in America, at least a lot of the locals are. And you know what? Guys, try it.
All right, last question, perhaps the most important one if you're looking for one. When do they go on sale?
You'll start seeing them in the showrooms in about a month.
Wow. And the diesel? That's a little bit later, right?
That will be later, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're looking at end of March, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're out there looking for a Grand Cherokee and you want those LED headlights, because that's going to be a huge distinguishing factor, right? You'll see that immediately.
Yep.
Then coming up very soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, there can be little doubt that this Grand Cherokee is one of the most off-road capable vehicles that you can buy today, and there are very few cars that directly compete with it. Maybe the Ford Explorer, maybe the LR4, but that doesn't mean it's perfect. There are a few niggles. First of all, on the highway, the steering is a little numb. The back seats especially are a little rough, more for small kids than for adults. But as an overall package, it's hard to combine this Jeep's ability to go off-road with its comfortable highway cruising and its over 7,000 pound towing capacity.
This is a great vehicle, and what I really, really enjoy about it is the fact that it has 420 pound-feet of torque, and it comes in so low RPM. You could drive this thing all day long and no big deal, but then you take it off-road and my God, it'll just tear rocks to pieces.
As always, this is Roman and my partner,
Nathan.
See you next time on the Fast Lane Car, and thanks for watching. Shut up. Man, that navigation,
Always
figured.
Yeah,
of course. The BMW X5M, the Porsche Cayenne GTS, and over here we have the brand new Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT. And of course, Nathan.
Guess what we're gonna do, folks?
We're gonna take them 0 to 60 and we're gonna do a very quick comparison. Coming up next
On the Fast Lane Car.